Hi everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. I'm a little emotional after today's episode, so you'll have to excuse me for a second. Okay, let's get going. So at the Metro Court, Maxie and Nathan are attempting to have dinner, and Madeline interrupts. Oh, Misha, you move. Nathan introduces Maxie to Madeline, and Maxie's trying to be nice and be like, oh, I wish we could have met sooner. And Madeline's like, well, that would have been difficult since I was in jail. And I'm like, calm yourself, Madeline. She was just trying to be nice. I'm sure she didn't actually want to meet you sooner. And Madeline asks if she can join them for dinner, and then they're like, fine. And Madeline immediately talks about the woman that Nathan walked down the red carpet with and how poised she was, that beautiful redhead. Who was she? And I'm like, excuse me, like, his girlfriend's right there. Why are you talking, like, Madeline, seriously. And Madeline brings up how Maxie fell on the red carpet and basically asked her if she was drunk. And Maxie's like, no, it was just an accident. And Madeline starts to lecture her. So then Nathan's like, look, if you're just going to insult my girlfriend, we're going to leave. And Madeline's like, no, I didn't mean any offense by it. Yeah, right. And then Madeline tells Maxie she wants to talk to him about, Madeline tells Nathan she wants to talk to him about Nina. So Madeline's like, oh, I want to talk in private. So I'm like, yeah, crash their dinner and then kick Maxie out, right? So then Maxie's like, I'll go finish at the bar. And Nathan's like, no, anything she says she can say in front of you. So she tells them that Nina might be on the verge of another nervous breakdown, and that apparently Nina has heard a baby crying, and apparently this isn't the first time, aka the time when Madeline was there. Sorry, Madeline just makes me angry. So then she brings up Avery's unsolved kidnapping and how she thinks it might have something to do with it. So then Madeline wants Nathan to talk to Nina, and then when Nathan leaves, Madeline tells Maxie that she wants to talk to her about her and her son's relationship. Can't wait for this. Also at the Metro Court, Scott and Laura talk, and Scott wonders what would have happened if he had just let Jennifer Smith and Luke get married, and he hadn't interrupted the wedding because he found out what Luke had done to Laura. And Laura tells Scotty that Jake is alive, and also tells Scott that she overheard something she isn't supposed to know, and she doesn't know what to do. And that's all for now. Nina, poor Nina. I know, whether you love her, hate her, whatever, my opinion, what they're doing to her is just horrible. So Nina walks into the hotel room and sees a crib. So all of a sudden she hears a baby crying, and she approaches the crib, and she sees the blanket in there, and there's a doll under the blanket. She picks the doll up, and its face has X'd out eyes, and she throws the doll and goes running into her bedroom. And then Rick comes in from the balcony. So Rick has one of the bellhop guys take the crib away, and the bellhop tells Rick that the music is too loud. You need to turn the music down. And apparently Nina's been blasting music to mask out the sound of the crying. Exactly. So he tells Nina that there wasn't a crib in the room, and all he could hear was the music, and she's just like devastated. So then Rick texts Madeline and says that Nina's ready for the next step. So then Nathan arrives, he's at the door, Rick answers, and Rick had left the blanket on the table, and Nathan picks it up, and then Nina walks into the room. Nathan's holding the blanket. Can't wait for this. Silas needs to get involved, like, ASAP. So at the boxing rink, because boxing ring. I like calling it a boxing rink. You can't stop me. It's my channel. So, Morgan's boxing. Kiki comes to visit. Kiki wants to hang out at the floating rib and shoot some pool. And he's like, well, we could do that tomorrow. I'm really tired. And she's like, well, I'm leaving tomorrow. So, apparently, she already told him this, but she's leaving to go to a bachelorette party for her friend in the Hamptons. And then he decides that they can hang out at the floating rib after all. Whatever. Denise, aka Ava. So Ava's reading an article. Really, Carly? Article? An article about 10 reasons to sleep with a younger man. And I'm like, I can't. So then Franco's at the door, and Ava immediately asks him if he has the recording, and he says no. And then Franco wants to talk about Morgan. So Franco asks if Juliet and Lexus are still there, and she says no. And he goes, well, I believe you, just like they weren't here last time. So Ava insists that Juliet and Lexus were there, and he's like, oh, well, that's interesting, because after I left, I went to the Metro Court, and I saw them there, and they had clearly been there a while. So Ava admits that Morgan was there. Franco yells at her, questions what kind of mother could hurt her daughter like that. And then Ava's crying and says she doesn't want to be lying to her daughter, but the attraction is still there. And Franco says, you know what, Ava, I'll save you the trouble. I'll tell Kiki the truth. Ava's not happy. So then Kiki is at the door, and they exchange glances, basically. Elm Street, okay. Short and sweet. We're going to keep this short and sweet, and we're just going to keep going. So Luke tells Bobby that he's decided to leave Port Charles. Really? I'm already going? I just started talking about I'm already going. And then he goes on to say that Tracy told him he still has a lot to figure out about himself, and although they'll always love each other, like they can't be together. Really, Carly? They can't be together right now? And Bobby's really emotional. I wonder if I know anyone else like that. And there's so much nostalgia. They talk about how Luke came onto the scene, and then there's flashbacks of back then. And then when Bobby leaves, Luke sees his younger self in the living room holding the bat. Then we switch over real fast. Bobby arrives at the Metro Court and tells Laura that Luke is leaving town. And now back to Elm Street House. Luke talks to his younger self, and they're, I can't do this. And they're going to leave together, and young Luke puts the back down. Metaphors get me. Like, metaphors, figurative stuff, it gets me. Symbols, it all gets me. And then they leave together, and I'm sobbing. But I think we still have more episodes with him, because obviously he has to say goodbye to Laura yet still, right? And I think he was in a promo for next week. I don't think this is it. I think he still has a few more people to say goodbye to. I'm not sure though, because it's Friday, and I checked General Hospitals, and I know we're doing Farewell Tony right now. If anyone knows, leave it for me in the comments. I'm an emotional person, and I've always loved Luke, but I did not expect to get this choked up about him leaving. I really, really didn't. Today is Friday, right? Yeah. I will see you tomorrow for more General Hospital. No, I will see you Monday. I just checked if it was Friday. Monday, I might be doing something special for the video. I'll let you know. But I will see you Monday for more General Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Yes, bye. You have a good weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. Okay, bye. I have to go cry in a corner now.